So I grew up in Tecumseh, Ontario, born and raised, family of 5. I have an older brother and a younger sister. My father was very artistic. He was more of a fine artist, loved his pastels and he used to teach airbrushing, and I grew up watching him draw. So I always had that passion to be able to create something visually out of thin air. So after all this special treatment that I was given in high school and elementary school, I really felt like art was the thing I should pursue. So I decided to jump on the traditional animation program at St. Clair College, which ended up being a fantastic choice. And the program was fresh and young, and we had young teachers like Richard Moy, who at the time was teaching the basics of animation, hand-drawn. Ron Kilbride, who was coming from Disney, he had just started teaching the year I started, and he had this energy about him where he could get the students excited talking about his days at Disney. So after graduating from St. Clair College, I actually took a job working for minimum wage at Canada's Wonderland as a caricature artist. And so I started doing that and became a lead caricature artist, and I was running a team of about 10 artists who would kind of work throughout the park. Later, I would realize how valuable that was to my my career, but at the time, I just thought I was going broke. So I did that for a summer, and then, I had to swallow my pride and go back to serving just to pay the bills. And doing that would actually lead me to meet Jake Duheim, who's also a graduate from Tradigital Animation. And Jacob came in and was like, "Matt, you want a job?" So I took the job, and that was my first kind of industry job where I was working full-time as an artist, with a salary and vacation time. And that job actually allowed me to build my portfolio over the next year, very focused on character design. So a year into working for him, I had built this amazing portfolio, and I decided to take it down to California to a convention called CTN Expo. Got great response from Disney and Sony, and really thought I had a chance at getting into these studios. So I came home back to Windsor with this energy, and I decided to apply to every studio I could think of across North America. And I took a job with a company called Nerdcore Entertainment, and from there, everything snowballed. I came into Nerdcore as a character designer for a TV show called Slugterra. It was a boys TV show that would air on Disney. And within a year, the studio was offering me my own project. I got to make a show called Kate and Mim Mim, and that show would go on to get picked up by Disney, and the toys would end up in Toys R Us. The cool part about doing what I do is getting to see these characters that I've built turned into toys. And I have nieces and nephews, and they get to play with these, and I created them. So I've decided to step out of the studios and not work in-house and actually go freelance. And in doing so, it's allowed me to actually travel around the world and work from wherever I'm at. So I've taken trips to Central America where I've worked for 3 months, and I just came back from Bali where, again, I traveled with an iPad Pro, and I can do my drawings, and as long as I can find some internet to hook up to. So that's kind of the new approach I'm taking, and in doing so, it's also inspired me to start to create a YouTube channel. Hey guys, what's up? Matt here. I hope that people will see this and think, okay, well, you can do whatever you want. You can build the career you want. So I get called an animator quite often. I do work in animation, but what I do is actually design those shows. So I don't physically animate the characters. The performance comes from the animator. They're the ones who move that character and bring life to it. I do the earlier stage. What I do is design what that whole world will look like. My specialty is character design. My passion is character design. I love people. I love people socially, and I love drawing them. I love stealing those little moments, from people's faces and really developing my characters so that when you look at it, you can relate to that character. You can say, I know that, I've seen someone just like that. Or you might laugh or giggle, and that's what I want to get across when I design characters. So I really can't say enough about the people in my life and who have supported me. I really do owe so much to everyone around me. From my earliest days doodling as a kid, my mom, yeah, albeit maybe a little worried about what I would do, chasing my passion for art, even though she might not have known what the opportunities were in art, she knew that I would make those opportunities, and that just goes such a far way. The alumni we have coming out of St. Clair College, they've done amazing things. They're working across the globe. They're working on major feature films that you're watching, whether that's the Marvel movies or, if they're illustrating the comics that you're reading. And it's just an amazing bunch of people who have come out of this program. And I think it's a major contender for the entertainment industry. So thank you, St. Clair. And that's it.